That seems better, although I'm not in the center now. Yeah, that's a little better. So the next book that I'm going to talk about is called The Two Princes of Summer. And I like this book. It is very good. At least I thought it was very good. Um, so, basics. Scarlett's mom is dead. She, as, I don't know what that says. Her sister is being very, very negative to her. And Cade feeds on Scarlett's sadness and negativity, so he gets Scarlett to come with him to Sealy's summer court, and now she's his. Backstory: Sealy King is dying. Wraith is the firstborn. He and Cade have to fight to be king. Unless the king dies prematurely, then Wraith would be king. Once upon a time, they liked each other, but Cassandra, Cade's mom, doesn't like Wraith, and she's a bitter piece of shit, so they're gonna do this. Emotions make them both stronger. Wraith feeds on, like, memories, and he can make memories disappear by doing that. Um, Wraith starts, like, moving in on Scarlet, and yada yada, training. Cassandra's bitter. Wraith steals Scarlet. Cade is a mama's boy. Scarlet is a completely human. Cade thinks he killed them. Scarlet wants to bind unseelie magic to Sealy magic so that they'll all be in the human world, because the unseelie live in the human world. Sealy just means fae. I don't know if you remember that from Phallus Fair. Sealy just means, like, it's all fae. Unseelie are chaos fairies. Sealy are, like, wood elves, stuff like that. Scarlet, they have the fight, doot, and Scarlet is helping Wraith fight, and then her power is, like, healing, and Cade thinks he killed them. They heal them and go back to the mortal realm, and Wraith is with her, and everything's not all hunky-dory, because I'm pretty sure there are, like, 5 of these books. So, that's pretty much everything that happens, like, the gist of it. Did I skip anything important? I don't know that I did. There's, like, a small plot point where where Scarlet's friend, like, shows up. Wraith brings her to the Sealy place, and that happens for, like, 2 seconds. Scarlet gets attacked by a banshee, but she's able to protect herself because she's not entirely human. So, yeah. Cade and Wraith. So, I don't actually have very much points for this book because it was so short and there just wasn't a lot to comment on. But Cade and Wraith. Cade is a dick. He only does what his mom wants him to do. He doesn't actually love Scarlet, and she's just convenient to him. I think Wraith might actually love Scarlet. And also, I keep saying Wraith, Raith, not W. There's no W in his name. He's not, like, a horrible spirit. He's a person. And, Wraith is dickish, but in a more likable way than Cade is. Not quite my child levels of likable, but I want him to be happy. He treats Scarlet like a person who happens to be female, and he is terribly sad, which I understand because his whole life was perfect, and then his mom died, and then Cassandra showed up. Yeah. The more I like a book, the less I want to share, but I tend to like, except with the exception of, I think, the last one, I tend to like for these videos to be at least 10 minutes long. So we're also going to talk about another book that I liked called Code of Rainbow, The Soaring Flame and the Dragon Transcending Magianimal. I don't actually know how to pronounce that word. But magic animals are, like, animals that can access magic. That's really all that is. Un momento, por favor. Anyway, so there's this little boy. His name is Sarame. He is adorable as a child. He can see colors. His Uncle Fulton indulges him, but after a while, Boar attacks. Sarame is able to chase him away using purple, I believe. I think he uses purple. So everyone's like, Fulton, take him to a doctor. He is not well. So Fulton is going to take him for a doctor, but then this wizard called Skanking comes, and he sees gray, which is wind. The colors are elements, and it's rare to see lots of colors. Sarame can use lightning and water. Skanking trains him in wind from 5 to 12. He can use wind, lightning, and water, but he wants him to keep his lightning a secret until he gets to, like, advanced in water. Sarame is also an orphan. He was found during a lightning storm. All 7 of the colors, being able to see all of them, means dragons. Skanking gives Fulton a history lesson. All the tales aren't actually tales, it's history. Uh, Skanking knows Sarame is bright and eager to learn, which is great. You always want those type of students. But he has to go. They don't actually say what he's doing. I'm assuming that's going to come up in the second book. If the second book doesn't like, if the second book isn't the end of the series, then I need the third one immediately. But so Sarame is gonna go to the magic school. Don't tell anyone about Skanking. Don't tell anyone about your lightning magic. Don't tell anyone about your wind magic. Just practice water, and then we're good. Um, well, he can tell people about the lightning magic, but he wants them to work on water until he's super advanced because lightning is very, very dangerous. Uh, Sarame loves the school. He has friends. He's actually the only boy in the water area because lots of people don't choose water because they think it's useless. Sarame comes across this sculptor who uses water to sculpt ice, and it's like the most amazing thing ever. So water's not entirely useless. Also, Sarame, there's like a game at the school where like they fight using magic. Not supposed to hurt each other, but they fight using magic, and Sarame is able to like distract people by like putting like a water spout in their mouth, which I mean, if you're not expecting it, a small jet of water going into your mouth is kind of shocking. And Sarame is trying to like make sure that he doesn't really share that he can see more colors, like he can see all of them, but he doesn't want to share them because Skanking told him not to. So the water girls embrace him. That's what I like to call them because I don't actually know all of their names. But the water girls embrace him. There's a prince earlier who tried to like sneak into the school because I guess he just wanted to be there. So Sorame is able to tell that he was using a magic gear to use magic and not his own like ability. So the prince gets kicked out, and Sorame has a dream about the prince like attacking him with the magic gear. Uh, Sarame also got into the big honor of colleges. There aren't a lot of water students there. Sarame arbitrarily chose it too. Like he did, like not arbitrarily. There was a guy that he saw who like he like instantly admired in like a senpai notice me kind of way. And earlier in the story, he met this dude named Satchestain, something like that. He's a school guard. He gives Sarame a Majanimal egg, probably a dragon. At least that's what I thought it was, but it was a cat, sorta. Cats don't really hatch from eggs, so that ain't a cat. Also, it took forever to hatch, so that means that it's powerful. And Sarame names her Snower, which I think is adorable. Um, she leads them to the bull beetle nest that's just off campus. That's like a trial for teachers who want to be teachers at this school. And they nearly get killed, but they get saved. Um, they also want to know about they want to know more about the cat that Sorame has. So they try to find some books about her. One failed book burglary later, and they're doing other things. It has whole sections on fights and other character development, which is cool. It has clear separations for Sarame and when we're not following Sarame and like everything that he sees. Because sometimes like it doesn't mention Sarame's name for pages at a time, but it's very clear that we're still seeing it from Sarame's point of view. Halgan, there's this other student named Halgan. He's like weirdly smart, like almost Mary Sue smart. They continue looking for more things about Snower. Her pee was able to heal Kiragan, which usually only dragon blood can do. But, like, because Kiragan and another student got into a really bad fight, and Kiragan tried to, he tried to, like, really hurt the other student who happened to be Sarame's friend, but he ended up draining, like, his mind ocean, and therefore would probably never be able to use magic again. So they took Snower's pee and, like, made him drink it, and he was okay, and now Kiragan's not an asshole. So they go to this place that sells Magia eggs, and the owner is a swindler. They get in dangerous levels of trouble, and a chase scene ensues. During the chase, we learn that Halgan is a dragon. Just, okay. Dragons aren't actually supposed to be there because they're supposed to be on another continent, because way back when, the dragons like ruled everything, but then the humans started to be able to see colors and use magic, and they were in a war, and they signed a peace treaty where like the dragons had to stay over there, but the humans could stay here, and everything's supposed to be fine. So no one's supposed to know about Halgan, but now Sarame and his friends do, but they're gonna keep it a secret because why wouldn't they? Sarame's also revealed two secrets now because they talked to like Skankeen, and also during the fight, Sarame accidentally used wind magic and was able to fly, which is very high level wind magic, and also no one knew that he had wind magic. But I mean, they were pretty scared, so he just it just happened. He didn't mean for it to happen, but they were scared. So, and Scan King contacts him, and whoever saved them is probably related to Sarame's parents because they were actually about to die, but then something happened and they were saved. So they do that, and Scan King wants Sarame to work on all three lineages, and the guy who sold the magic eggs, the swindler, he has something called the Mercy of the Demiurge, or it's like a person, or it's some sort of epic magic gear. I have no idea. I can't tell if it's a person or not, but then it says something about that being a god-made magic gear. So I don't know if he is the Demiurge and the Mercy of the Demiurge is a magic gear, but I have no idea. Everyone gets rewarded, and there's a student, his name is Rodka, he graduates. There's good setup for the second book because there's lots of things that we don't know. We still don't know about Sarame's cat. We don't know who Sarame's parents are. Sarame hasn't mastered lightning and water and wind yet. And Halgon's a dragon, so that's weird. Also, Sarame can see all 7 colors, so dragons. I like Sarame. Like, I like that he's a kid because he just, like, he's not an adult, or like he's not 16. I think they say that actually Skankeen trains with him until he's 12, and I think the second book takes place like 2 or 3 years later, or maybe 5. I know that's a huge gap, but I don't remember. Yeah. I kind of wish that he weren't special, like in the sense that like he like kind of wish that he couldn't see the colors, but he couldn't see all the colors, and like wasn't found during a random lightning storm, because then it would seem more like chance that all of this is happening. And I know with Thatcher Stain, the Majanimal egg was chance, but still. I also like that the book doesn't drone on. It's very to the point. The school is also nice. There's no sense of how it looks, but describing buildings is hard, so I get that. Especially one that literally will change as you move through the school. I imagine like a Victorian sort of building, which is cool. But yeah, this book goes between The Giver and Death Cursed. It's a good book. I like it. I mean, this is one of those books where I didn't have to think about if I wanted to read the sequel. I immediately knew that I wanted to read the sequel. So, yeah.